Let's start making a wall to place our terracotta tile and assembly system on. And we'll work in the same drawing. I'll just get rid of all of our elements that are that we've created in place. We'll go to level 1 so we can get rid of these other parts and pieces. Alright, so let's go ahead now and insert a component. Place a component, and we'll load a family. We're gonna pull the stud in that we made, and we'll just we'll place that, and I'm going to just use the copy tool then to make some extra or some repeating elements. So I'll put that on moldable, and we'll put this 2 foot on center. Okay, and then we need a sheathing, so we'll do a model in place. And we'll leave that as a generic model for now. We'll go back and assign properties to it later on, but this will help us to move through this a little faster. We're going to make an extrusion. We'll start as a rectangle shape, and I can't get exactly the end of that, but we'll kind of wanted to come up with something a 1/2 inch, so I'll probably have to go. I'm not sure I can get in here close enough, so we'll just leave it. Element is too small for the screen. Oh, wouldn't that just aggravate you? Let's try that again. I'll just draw it real quick and then I'll correct it. We want that to be a 1/2 inch. I must have done something wrong there. And we'll come in and, well, we'll complete that. I'll come out and drag these out to the edges. Not really critical, I'm just trying to get the board to line up a little neater. We'll take a look at this in the south elevation, and we need to bring this up. And actually that wall is only 5 foot tall, so let's go ahead and make an adjustment right away. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the, I'll finish modeling right now. And we'll go ahead and edit the length of the stud. So we'll edit that family. We're out to the stud. I'll select it, and we'll make it, let's make it 20 feet long. Wow, did I say, yeah, 20 feet. We'll pull that up. We may not want to use all of that, but that's our start. So we now have a stud wall, and I'm not understanding why I'm seeing those lines there. You shouldn't see those lines. It's just a redraw issue. All right, so we've now constructed our, which could be a plywood or a waterproof gypsum sheathing on top of our studding. And let's go ahead now and look at putting the Z channels on. So I'm going to go to the, I'll go to the east elevation. So now we're looking at the side of the wall, and we're going to add our Z girts on. So I'm going to go back to component, place a component. We'll need to load this in. We'll grab our Z girt, and it's not letting us place it in this view. Let me see if we go to the, it might be because of the orientation of it. This is very interesting here. Let's see what happens when we try to place our Z girt that way. Yeah, it lets us do it. but you'll notice it's in the wrong orientation. So let's go ahead right away and make some adjustments to this. So it's going vertical, we want it horizontal. And if we look at the section view of our Z, you'll notice that the larger piece of the channel moves up onto the face of the wall. So let's try and make all of the changes to that shape. So we're going to take it and rotate it counterclockwise, and then rotate it from an end view clockwise. We'll see how we do with that. So we'll go ahead and edit the family. We'll go to a view. Let's go to a, I've never seen these presented that way. Let's go to the front view of it, and we'll select it and rotate it. And then we'll go to a side view of it. And we want to rotate it again. And then let's put it in a position. Put it right at the origin. Let's load that back into the project and see how that works. And our wall is 4 bays of 2 feet, so it's 8 feet. So let's modify our Z-girt so it's 8 feet long. So it was 5 now, so we'll make that 8. And let's try to move it into the center of the and then load that into the project. And we'll try to move that into place. We should be just a little bit longer, so we'll correct that in a second. Well, I'll correct it right now. So it's got to be the thickness of that stud. So let's make it at least 8 foot. We'll just make it roughly 8 foot 2. So I'll grab it again. That's just to make it look a little neater. Move it over. And now we've got to get some multiple copies of this in the elevation. So we'll go to the elevation. We're sitting right there at the bottom. Let's move that up so that it's flush to the very bottom. And then let's put our Z-girts on the building at 2 foot on center. So we probably should do this in a multiple function. I'm not really good with doing arrays, so we're just going to do it in multiple copies of it. Whoops, lost my copy tool. Okay, we'll take a look at that in 3D view now. All right, so now we have our basic, our substrate construction of our wall. We have our Z-girts to accept our tracks, our substrate, and our framed wall. And we'll end this clip here, and then we'll go back and look at putting in the vertical channels or the tracks. Next.